much. I know. I don't know. 3, 2.
Price is not today's price.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the Mike and Mike, the premier business radio program. I'm your host, Mike King. I appreciate you being here with me. So we're coming to you from the Mike King Biz studio. And this is part of the Mike King Biz network, which is ESPN Richmond 106.1, The Choice 105.3, as well as International Business Growth Radio. You know what time it is. It is the queen of Swift Creek Living, the mayor, the Anna Sothen. She is the princess as well. She has more monikers. She's like Apollo Creed, in the Rocky movies. Anna, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mike. I'm glad to be here as always.
I saw you yesterday, and you were taking home real hardware from. Shout out to the Chesterfield Chamber.
Yes. Shout out to Danielle and everybody there. And yes, so I was nominated as member of the month.
And as member of the month, you were nominated, and that's who you are.
I am.
But you also was a winner in the drawing.
I did.
And not the $2 billion drawing.
No, not it was $1.9 billion.
So that's like what's the mill between?
Right. It was a rounding issue.
Exactly.
So I also won from Cannon and Associates. So Angela Bruce and her team. I won a fire extinguisher, which it's good to keep my home safe. Which is interesting. Actually, 2 nights ago, I thought, what if there's a fire in my house? And then I win a fire extinguisher. So when I talk about intuition and things coming into my space, I need to be more specific about the things that
because you just questioned that the night before.
Yes.
And then a fire extinguisher shows
up. Extinguisher shows up. And I also won a $25 gift certificate at Wegmans.
After you had been saying how much you love Wegmans.
After I said, literally seconds after I said, I love Wegmans. So do it.
So you're speaking and putting it into existence.
I am. Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's what I do with my magazine.
There you go. All right.
So I bring amazing people. I ask for amazing people and I get amazing people.
Elevator pitch. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Elevator pitch. 3, 2, 1. I am Anna Sothen and I am the publisher of Swift Creek Living. What I do is I help my sponsors create a name and a brand for themselves in the communities that I service. So Roundtray, Summer Lake, Westerly, Watermill, Foxfire. We have publications in other areas as well, Brandermill, Fox Creek, Mag Green. But we allow people to be the experts. So I actually brought 2 of my experts here today. So I have my real estate expert for my magazine, and then I have my events coordinator expert as well too. And they get to share their expertise. So what I love about what they get to do is they have a voice in the community that nobody else gets to have. So it gives them exclusivity, right? But then they get to share knowledge and expertise and get to be seen as that person. It's like a TED Talk in front of 4,000 people without the stage fright.
And it is, and it's in written form.
It is
very nice.
It is. And it's pretty.
It is pretty. And so, as you say, it is not advertising.
It is.
Explain to the listeners what time it is.
So it's branding. It's not advertising. So advertising is your buy from me, right? So Valpak, billboards, flyers, those are all very good ways to get your name out there. But this is all about branding. So when we talk about branding, and Jawanda has called me out and said, hey, your brand has got to get a little bit more, has to get a little tighter. And she's totally right. She's right though.
One of the things, sometimes when people say things to you, and it kind of hurts.
It didn't hurt though.
And it's true because then it's just like, I do have to tighten my game up.
So here's what I learned.
Yes.
If somebody says something to me and I
know
get angry, then there's truth to it. If somebody says something to me and it literally rolls off my back like a duck, there is no truth to it. So but I didn't get angry when she said that because I know Joanna and I have a really close relationship and it came from a place of love. So when she said it to me, I was like, girl.
Did you think you were okay before she schooled you? Were you okay? or you didn't?
If y'all can see Joanna in the background, she about fell out.
Or you knew you were shaky.
No, I knew.
You knew you were shaky. I know. I've been, sent packing by a number of social media folks. And then I'm like, well, I've been fired. It's bad when you're fired as a customer. The people are like, you're not ready for me. Yes.
It's okay to do
but I knew I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't ready. So it wasn't like when they told me, hey, you need some, I kind of do. Yeah. That's why what I do, anytime I need some help on branding, shout out to my girl, the queen, Nicole Reed, because she is a master at the whole branding side of making things look good. So when I got something in question, I roll it by her. And you know what she says? Don't, Mike, or okay, Mike, that makes sense. There you go.
Yep.
So, alrighty. So here we are talking about Swift Creek Living,
Yep.
being experts in the field. There you go. Look at this.
Yeah, we talk about Micaiah Byerson, who is an athlete here in the area. And that's one of the things that I love is when we get to talk about athletes and coaches and teams in the area. We share with you calendar of events, what's happening in your community. And then we get to like, look at how cute this family is. I don't know if you guys can really see them, but I'll post a better picture later. But okay, so I'm gonna have to tell you. So they just had a son named Maverick.
I know.
Love that name. I was actually gonna name my son Maverick, and then Adam poo-pooed it. So his name
Maverick
Jack
is
instead.
All right, okay. I mean, yeah, there's a lot more Jacks than Maverick.
There are.
I mean, you gotta be kind of a certain kind of guy to be a Maverick.
Yeah.
Like anybody could be a Mike.
Right.
I mean, there's a billion of them. Or more my son, who's more technical. He's a Michael. Yeah, he's not. Don't be confused. Like, don't get it twisted. He is,
Right, don't get it twisted.
He is not Mike. All right, so Anna Sothen is here. How can people find out information about Swift Creek Living?
So you can connect with me on Facebook at Anna Sothen or Swift Creek Living, Best Version Media. That's one way. LinkedIn as well, Anna Sothen. So if you want to connect with me because you want to be a featured family, you want to be a rock star for the month, I would love to feature your family. And yes, you are unique, so don't even think that.
Because people always think, why would I?
You're like, I'm not special. Everybody is special. Everybody has a unique story to tell, and let us share that with your neighbors, because then they get to know you, and then you get more friends. And who doesn't want more friends?
All right, so Anna Sothen is notorious for not rolling solo. You do bring your friends.
I do bring my friends.
Yes. All righty, and who'd you bring with us today?
Today I brought Margaret C, like the C, but not spelled that way. So we get to do a play on her name as well too.
All right,
just like we do on mine.
Margaret, how do you spell your last name?
S-C.
How many times do people get your name wrong?
Pretty often.
What is the one that they get most often wrong?
Just say.
Okay. And if you say C, how do they spell that? Or they just struggle?
They just struggle. I have a lot of the initial. They think that,
You're just cool. You just roll with just a letter.
Yes.
Joe, Billy C.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we do here. Hold on 1 second. Anna, we didn't give your guest the welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, the level of technical expertise on this program,
On point.
it's
None
unmatched.
better.
We
None better.
spared no expense. Well, no, really, we do spare an expense. Like this is from the Five and Below store that I took for my granddaughter. So sorry about that, kid. All righty, Barbara, tell us who you are, what
Margaret.
you do. Margaret.
Who's Barbara? Mike, you better not do that with your wife. Okay, Margaret, you share with us what you
I'm looking up like who? Hey, Barbara, welcome to the program. You're just looking at me going, what's wrong with that guy? You've been drinking? And it's early in the morning. So I'm even not like your
it's
feet
5
guy.
o'clock somewhere.
I'm not like your feet guy.
Not like my feet guy.
Okay.
Why
That's
does
just
it be my feet guy though.
it was late when
Well,
okay.
Margaret.
Margaret,
So
I'm
share
sorry.
with us what you do.
I'm a realtor with
Okay.
EXP Realty, which is a virtual
Here you go.
real estate brokerage.
Okay.
And I like to specialize really in helping families to find their place in the community, to find the place that really suits their lifestyle. Some people that are downsizing, I also work down down on the rivers and near the bay to help seniors that want to maybe get out of their home, that they're empty nesters now and they want to move. We do a lot of that.
So what kind of fulfillment do you get from being able to take them from where they currently are to where they want to be long term?
Well, getting to know people
Mhm.
is really, it's such a blessing to be part of their lives and to be part of this next step in their lives. So many people, I've moved around a lot in my life. I've owned a lot of homes. I'm married to a custom home builder. So I've seen a lot of progress in real estate. And it's really special to be able to connect with people and help them figure out, where do I want to go from here? what is going to be, the best for me and my family, and help them find that area and that neighborhood and that price point,
Awesome.
you know.
So let's talk about prices, right? So people, I mean, this is on the top of every conversation you have, probably revolves around this at some point, right? Interest rates. Interest rates are going up. Oh my gosh, I can't buy anything, whatever.
They
So
are.
So tell us a little bit, what are your thoughts and your feelings around the
Interest
whole
rates are
interest rate
going
thing?
up. I've been around.
That's a fact.
So it's not like it's astronomical, it seems, compared to what it was.
Right.
But that, even the experts are saying maybe, it might go up to 6.9. They are trying to lower inflation. The two are correlated.
Right.
But also, I'm finding that my lenders are becoming a lot more creative
Ooh,
and
okay.
producing loans for people. There's also you can refinance.
Right.
If you get in now, it's also making the market kind of not a whole lot, but there is some slowing of selling to where
Less
you
chaos.
can actually get in there and have a choice and find a house for you and your family without the panic, without the overpaying. Prices are dropping a little bit, but mostly in the range from 200 to 450,
Okay.
which is great for the first time home buyers. The houses are dropping. I'm talking, just 30% max. But the homes from the 450 and up are actually, the prices are rising, which makes it the perfect environment for those people that have lived in their home, raised their family, are now retirement age. They have all this equity in their home that they can downsize, get that second home, vacation home, or change their life at this point.
Oh, so it's the perfect time for anybody
It
who's
really,
in that time.
is a good
We are not
time.
in that time. I got a 17-year-old and a 10-year-old. So
You're not in that time?
no, we've got about 8 more years before we consider downsizing.
Yeah.
And I want to upsize anyways. I want a couple homes.
Well,
So-
a lot of people want second homes.
Yes.
And, rents are high. A lot of people are buying homes and renting them out.
Yep.
And having that for later. It's actually, they pay for themselves kind
Yeah,
of thing.
absolutely.
Are doing that. My husband is a custom home builder. He's been built in the building industry for 40 years. He is building a lot of homes,
Awesome.
For people.
So
You
that
want-
gives you an advantage
It
over
does
others,
give-
right?
Okay, so one of the things that we talk about here, what we do here, is you just can't tell people about things that people do. You got to drop his name. Like, what's the name of the business? Come on now.
Who is this guy?
Who is this guy? Who is it?
With Wesco Builders Incorporated.
Okay.
He's on Facebook, so am I, Margaret C. with eXp Realty. You can check us out there. I'll try to keep updated the homes that he's in the process of building and what he's building. He's a custom home builder, does additions, remodels. Not a handyman, but he can redo your house for you and get it ready to go on the market. Or if you buy that home right now, he's looking at someone that's buying a home, but it's not really what they want. So that he's going to change it for them when they get in
Creating
there.
that vision that they're
Creating that
Love that.
vision that they're looking for. So we're able to really help people actually get.
There you go. Hey, Margaret, I got a question. Realtors had been living large the last couple of years.
high in the hog.
Yes. Were they ready when things didn't, when they started turning, or people were still, well, I thought we were always going to be like that?
I think it's perspective, really, because if you are in it for the long haul, you know that your business is going to have its ups and it's going to have its downs, and you just have to shift. Your market stays steady with what you know and keep going forward. The realtors that I know that are successful, they may not be doing the volume, but they're still steady.
And the steady is selling homes, or your activity is steady?
Selling homes. I mean, people are holding back right now. A lot of people are holding back, waiting to see if the interest is going to drop, waiting to see if how much the houses are going to come down. There is some of that hesitation, but everybody, in the long run, a home is where you build your wealth.
Yeah.
Because if they increase, what it's like 29.5% over time, your home builds equity. So a lot of young
the-
people now, even though you might not get that because of interest, you might not get that price point you were thinking you were going to get. You may have come down a little bit. You're still building equity for
Yeah.
your future, for your next home.
There you go.
Building wealth.
Already, how can people find you out there?
I have a website, which is margaretc.exprealty.com, or I'm on Facebook, Margaret C at EXP with EXP. And you can call me,
Call her. What's your number?
804-339-2412.
Hey, really quickly, one last question. What would you suggest to new real estate agents how to survive in the business?
It's a good question.
I
She
got-
actually trains new real estate agents.
Yeah,
See, I'm clairvoyant.
You are clear.
I do. I teach pre-licensing classes.
Okay.
To new realtors. And I think it's a combination. I think really, for one thing, you really need to be with a brokerage where you get a lot of support. There's so much to learn at first that it's great to have somebody that's kind of working side by side with you and training you. And the other thing is to be tough-skinned and realize, some people take off and it's an immediate thing. They have their people that they already know they're going to sell to, but other people struggle, but you have to stay with it. It has to be a long haul thing,
There you go.
to not get discouraged.
Margaret C, and that's SEAY,
AY.
not the letter C or SEE or all the variations of it. It's SEAY. All right, on the mic, Mike. Anna Sothen is with us. This is part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network. She is with Swift Creek Living, and this is the month. Handsome, outstanding couple on the front. Some great advertisers. They're not advertisers. They
Sponsors.
they
We're
are sponsors.
Yes.
Yes.
Sponsors of the community that they partner with.
There you
So,
go.
we have a new sponsor as well too. We just brought on East Coast Elite Chiropractic, and they do sports performance and rehab. So I'm really excited because they're not I don't want to say typical chiropractor, but they have a lot of other modalities for, like, you can work with TMJ and all of these other different things. They have a live x-ray machine where you can actually see the spine.
Oh, there we go.
I can't talk.
That's right. All right.
Yep.
So on the mic, Mike, we got to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Recording in progress. She sounds so official.
Mike King is in the business. Mike King is in the business.
Just come here to dance.
On the mic with Mike King back. Anna Sothen, Joanna is here with us as well. All righty. So it is good to have you back in studio.
Yes.
You are the events expert. Yes, you are. Your name is known far and wide. What makes a great event planner?
First of all, her name is Joanna Smith, so she's great already.
I'm
I did better
phenomenal.
than yesterday.
You
I did. I failed at BNI, so
I'm phenomenal.
Really? You missed.
I did. I totally.
You
butchered it.
guys all have
She
the
set it-
same.
She set it up. She volleyed it, and I totally missed. But that's okay. You live, you learn.
You BNIers, you guys got it down. You know, whether it's
Jawanda has it down.
Ralph White,
On the other.
you guys have it done. It's too much pressure for me. That's why I couldn't do it.
Constantly.
It's too much pressure. No.
It's no different.
If something
chooses
happens, I
not
can
to.
press pause. There you go. I don't have a bunch of people looking at me. All right, tell us who you are, what you do.
I'm Wanda, Let's Do Right Events, and we execute in excellence on all things branding to create the opportunity to put you in front of your ideal client. And we use events as a mobile to do that.
When you see an event and you get there, what's the first thing that you notice a lot of times that people do wrong?
Man, that list could be forever mine.
You hit
I
the
will
door.
say,
Okay,
this is
okay.
how I'll answer that. The reason my company, me and my mother, I'm a second generation planner. So I've literally been doing this since the womb. And how we created the name was we wanted to do events right. Because of our background, when we are at a location or at a place, we constantly see the things that are missing. So my goal with Let's Do It Right Events is we become your partner in relevance. And we want to make sure everything you do that brands your company is done the right way the first time.
You get a lot of repeat business
I get all repeat.
because you do it right.
Hey.
You do it. You do it. I'm sorry, Anna. Go
No,
ahead.
that's okay. What's the
It's-
biggest thing do you think
yes.
that people do wrong that can be detrimental to their business?
They do their event themselves because they're
Oh,
trying to save money. When in
yes.
actuality, you decrease your productivity. You don't save the money you think you would save because the money you spend hiring me is going to keep your productivity running. It's going to save you time. And the partnerships and relationships I have with vendors is going to also create the opportunity, one, for you to have another partner on your side, but I get you discounts.
Because I'm cheap, I'm going to do it myself. And next thing you know, so I got to go find a caterer. And I don't know who, I just know a
So
guy.
you're going to Google like
Yeah,
caterer. And I
caterer.
can go to my Rolodex and be like, first I can say, what do you want? And what is your price point for your caterer? And I already know A, B, and C where I need to go for you.
Because what I end up with is my uncle's sister's cousin's brother's nephew's wife.
Who show up late.
Exactly.
Then your event starts late. Then you're stressed, you're sweating, all the things, and you're trying to host, but you can't do it all. So why not outsource your weakness and master your continued strength?
Oh,
Mm,
you get to walk in like the bride at a wedding when you hire
dropping
her.
nuggets of knowledge
And not
right
only
there.
that, but when you hire me, my secret sauce is you get all of me. So as you're hosting, I'm hosting alongside you, and I'm making sure that nobody's coming up to you like, Mike, when do we bring out this? When do we do this? When you don't have to worry about that because I got that.
I've seen you in action.
You know.
I do know. I know. Yeah, I know. I guess that's why you do what you do. All righty. So how can people find you out there?
You can find me on all platforms at Jawanda Smith and Let's Do It Right Events.
All righty. So as you said, you're second generation. When did your mom look up and say you had it?
And I was probably 10.
And what did it feel like when mom says you had it?
I was terrified because growing up in a home with an entrepreneur, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to go the safe route. I'm going corporate. I'm going to, work for somebody and know that,
I'm getting a check. Life is easy.
it's consistent.
Yes.
Then life said, no, Jawanda, that's not what's going to happen. I almost lost my life working in corporate and my little girl that I was carrying.
Okay, so you did go to corporate route.
I did.
You were hard-headed. Okay,
And
what?
sometimes God don't have to move you.
Yeah, he'll
He
spank
opens
you.
up
He'll
yourself.
spank you a little bit and put you in place. When did you realize you were there in corporate that it was just like, okay, maybe I need to heed the calling? Oh, you were not happy there at all.
It is.
Mhm.
No, don't get it wrong though. I was an excellent employee and I executed in excellence in everything I do, but that wasn't where I needed to be. What's for me is to be running my own business and helping other businesses meet their goal and get to the platform that they need to be.
What did COVID do to your industry?
Man, COVID shut everything down. Shut it down. But it didn't shut me down. See,
Okay.
I'm the pivot queen in the panic. So what did I do? I created intimate affairs. I learned the power of 10 when we could get back together and it was only 10 people. I also
Hold up a sec. What's the power of 10?
So remember when it was like, oh, we can start getting.
Oh yeah,
Only
okay.
Only
10
two,
people.
right?
I was like, cool. I will make them 10 people have a fabulous time as the 10 that they are.
Oh, so you had those 10 had a fabulous
They
time.
had a fabulous time.
They didn't realize, oh, it's only 10 of us here.
No,
Mhm.
it felt like 15.
So that's what Jawanda does, right? So that's what I've noticed about her is that she takes any challenge or and turns it into an opportunity,
That's
right?
the
So
key.
for her, it's not an obstacle. For her is I come to you with solutions, which is how she runs her business, right? So she does an event, you present a problem, she already has a solution and more than likely 5 others as well as backups. So
That's how people say what they say about you on the street. When you look at a person's brand, social media aspect, give some insight into what makes a very good social media presence.
Consistency.
don't use me as an example.
We've had that conversation already.
It's consistency and showing up as your authentic, genuine self. Don't try to be somebody you're not.
Okay.
Because guess what? When I go to the bread store, I'm not buying the bread because of the bread. I'm buying the bread because of the way they made me feel. When I partnered with Anna Sothen of Swift Creek Living, it wasn't about the magazine. It was about the relationships that Anna could connect me to. It was about who Anna is as a person. So be your true authentic self because we're not buying the product.
Right.
We're buying the service behind the product and the person that's bringing it.
There you go. All righty. The ladies are here on the Sothen. How can people find you once again? Swift Creek Living.
They can reach me on Facebook at Anna Sothen or Swift Creek Living at Best Version Media. And that's on all platforms. So Facebook and Instagram and then LinkedIn as well.
You know, when people look at people's kids and say, you couldn't deny that one,
Oh, yeah.
that man could not deny these kids.
That's true.
They look exactly like him.
Yep. When my daughter was born, literally like 2 hours after she's born, my brother is holding her and looks down and looks up at my husband and says, well, at least you know she didn't cheat on you.
This is yours, homie. This is yours right here. That's what happened when I came home when I looked at my son, because the Army had sent me away. I had to go to Alaska, and he was 3 months old when I got back. I looked at him and said, he looked just like my sister. Well, that's what happens when you're 13 years older than your sister. I'm like, Mom, look. She's like, oh my goodness, he looks just like Smooch. All right, we got to run on the mic of Mike King, Anna Sothen. Make sure you check out. She's out there doing some amazing things, Jawanda. If you need an event done, and like you said, if you're cheap, you're gonna pay.
Absolutely.
In the long run.
In the long run, you really do.
And then you'll be up there sweating. What time's the food coming out? My sister's niece is waiting because her car had some issues and she can't get there with the food.
It's all about
And
time
here's
value
the
money.
thing too, especially as a business, when your event plummets, it's not just your event that plummeted.
No.
Now I'm questioning you as a business person.
There you go.
Right. Yeah.
So
That-
do it right the first
Do it
time.
right,
It's still
and
events.
then that's the name of the business. All right, we got to run on the mic of Mike. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Now take care.
Bye, everybody. There's got it. Okay.
You're still alive.
I know.